You will not believe what we just found out about John Paul Miller. More about that in this video. Welcome to Roblox, everybody. I'm your host, Kenneth Glenn, and today we got some crazy news about John Paul Miller. So John Paul Miller has been under hot water recently because of the Mica Miller situation. So Mica Miller is his wife, and she recently committed suicide, and there's a huge conspiracy behind it of abuse and stuff like that. And I made a video about it the other day, and by the way, I love the support on the video, guys. Thank you for watching my video. We got something new that popped up today. So this comes from Fitz News, which is James Woods' news company.
I have James Woods.
They're pretty based. And it says here that Mica Francis says that she met her husband, known as PJP, so that's John Paul Miller, when she was just 10 years old. So John Paul Miller has been married to a woman that he knew when she was 10. That's freaking weird. So John Paul Miller was 25 years old when he met Mica Miller. That's weird. And that's just weird to me. I don't care. I don't care who gets mad at this. Okay? If you know somebody as a child and then you marry that person later on, that's pedophilia. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care. Okay? If you know someone who is a child and you watch them grow up and then you date that person, you're a pedophile. Ban me. Cry about it. Like, that is messed up. That is super weird. And then we find out that John Paul Miller has been previously married. So he had multiple children at the time he met Mica Francis. And he had multiple children at that point to his first wife named Allison Williams. It's going to get spicy in here. So if you got children in the room, you might not want to watch this video. According to this article, Allison Williams has a striking resemblance to Mica. And, yeah, it checks out. So the divorce between John Paul Miller and Allison was finalized in October 29th of 2015. So almost 10 years ago. And then he married Mica Miller, or married Mica Francis, in 2017. She was only 23 years old. That's weird. No, that's weird, dude. If I was in the church, if I was at the church, and I found out that the pastor married a woman who he's known since she was a child, words might not be the only thing happening. That's gross, dude. I don't care what anyone thinks. That's pedophilia. I don't care. Oh, but she's of 18. Shut up. Also, the idea that the church is just okay with him being the pastor, even though all this stuff is going out, like he got a divorce and he was still the pastor, people were just like okay with that, kind of weird. And the idea that he gets remarried to a girl that's from the church who he met as a 10-year-old and everyone's okay with that is just weird. That is just... I think the church should have been a lot more on top of that, because that is pathetic that no one in the church even thought anything was wrong with that. That is just terrible. Like, seriously, does the church congregation not realize that remarriage is a sin? Or is that one of the taboo things that churches don't like talking about because it's a touchy subject that people whine about? I mean, I don't care, dude. That's sin. That's a sin. That's garbage. Can't be doing that. This is where it gets spicy. So if you're watching this video and you have kids in the room, maybe not the best time. Maybe have them leave the room or whatever, because it's about to get spicy. Friends say Mica told her husband the same husband who preached regularly about the dangers of pornography addiction, he was addicted to sex. They say he required her to have sex with him 3 to 5 times a day. And at night, when she refused to comply, they claimed he kept her awake by blaring loud music in her ears and throwing water in her face to keep her from drifting off to sleep. It's a form of torture. And this is according to her friend once again. This says, when Mica couldn't meet the demands according to her friends, he allegedly began forcing her to take testosterone shots to increase her sex drive. He also allegedly began engaging in other methods of sexual gratification, method which dehumanized Mica. Several of these methods, which can only be described as humiliating to his reserved wife, allegedly involved animals, homeless men, and sex toys. This is why I'm so, I hone this in so well. You gotta stop objectifying women. You gotta stop treating women as sex objects. I'm very firm on that belief. People gotta stop objectifying women. You gotta stop viewing women as objects of sex. You gotta stop watching porn. You gotta stop, when you look at a woman, you cannot think sex. Okay, you gotta desexualize your brain. Because this is the crap that happens. Obviously, if this is true, which these are just claims so far, but these don't look good on the pastor at all. But this is a problem. This is a clear problem. Because you're no longer in a loving relationship. You're just in a self-centered relationship with yourself. And you use your partner to gratify yourself. It's disgusting. Okay? It's super disgusting. And during a late night call, according to Mica's friends, my husband's gonna try to find me, said during a late night call, according to her friend. He's going to say I killed myself, telling the whole church every sermon, every opportunity he gets, to tell the church that I have mental illness. He threatened me with the gun before, and he told me I will never leave him. Mica continued, according to her friend, he's never going to let me go. There's no way. He said that to me. He said there's nowhere you can go that I cannot find you. There's also some accusations about him using funds from the church for his own bank account and his own personal usage and whatever. But like I said, these are all accusations. We're not completely sure. My opinions is I do not think someone would ever go this far if these accusations weren't somewhat true. If these weren't true, they probably would have just let it go. But so it's clear that there's some truth to these claims. So anyways, give me your thoughts down below. I hope you liked the video, guys. Please leave a comment, subscribe for more, and I will see you guys later. Peace.